This is the visitor center of the Lake McConaughey State Recreation Area of Little Olagola Lake. Is a puddle underneath it, under the dam. And these doors don't work, they stick. You have to give it a brush tug. They have a pretty nice centerpiece. Somebody thinks he's fishing the ocean. They're all stocked rainbows. Some walleyes, white bass, striped bass, smallmouth bass, and channel catfish. Guess it's a pretty clear lake. Coyotes and skunks. Canadians. Wood ducks, muskrats, mink, ermine. Looks like a golden eye. River otter. Here we are all set up. Our site was a little on the slanted side, so we had to put a couple of boards under the tire. You see that? We'll zoom in. A couple of boards. And we had to lift the stairs up a little bit. But there's electricity but no water. I think I've got a couple gallons in the water tank. I may have to find some water and fill up, or bring my jugs over to fill up like I did at Quartzsite. The roads in Nebraska are all pretty much the same. They're just rocky and rolly. Here's a overlander with a 23-0 rooftop tent with a vestibule on it. Oh, I'm in somebody's way that probably wants to get in here and park. And there are lakeside sites. They must be more, because I heard the lady moving somebody to a lakeside site and charging them. But I guess this is pretty popular for where we are in the middle of Nebraska, which not many people live out here. The lovebirds in their trailer. Akila likes these two dogs too. They're kind of a blonde husky. Very pretty. The little one's cute female. And right across the field from my trailer is another wolf pup. I'm gonna have to come over and tell him he's got my site and he's got my trailer. Well, we are at Ogallala Campground, Nebraska State Parks camping area and recreation area. And this is kind of a nice old style farmer's campground, I guess. And like is pretty common in these old style farmer campgrounds, you have cows or livestock nearby, and you get a ton of flies. Just regular old everyday obnoxious house flies. And right now the wind's blowing about 30 miles an hour, so it knocks them down pretty well, but they still bug around your face and fly into your eyes and stuff, so it's not great. But we are at the bathhouse. When I first came in, I saw all these porta-johns everywhere, and I thought maybe the bathhouse wasn't working, but everything works. Here's the bathhouse. Showers in the back. They do charge you for the showers. They've got a change machine here that'll give you tokens. So you might as well take a long shower and wait for the token to run out. On the sides are the men's and the women's. And they charge you $25 a day just to get in the park, in addition to your camping fees, which are $40 a day. So we're here 3 days, so that was $75. This is the site we're on. We're on Lake Olagala East, Site 21, which wasn't real clear where that was, but they do have pretty good street addresses for their campsites. And there's two lakes. There's Lake McCaffrey and Lake Olagala. And this is the lower lake. The trail is for biking and hiking, dog walking, no motorcycles. I don't know if that includes electric bikes. No horseback riding. This is the dam right there. And to get here, you go to the visitor center, and then you follow the road next to the visitor center and drive across the dam like this car is, and down a road down to the campsite. But you have to stop at your visitor center because you got to pay all your extra fees and things, get all your paperwork. One thing you got to realize about Nebraska is it has a lot of trains, a lot of train crossings, and even in Omaha, which isn't a big central train yard like there is right up the road from here in North Platte, the trains just go every 20 minutes through Omaha and blow their whistles and everything. So you have a lot of train traffic and a lot of train stoppage and things like that. the 2 times I had to wait for trains to get off my crossing so I could go by, they actually backed up and opened the crossing manually, so that was pretty nice. But there are a lot of trains in Nebraska. It's Union Pacific headquarters. Most of these crossings are also not especially smooth. I went over one crossing that it was like going over a jump, and it threw the trailer up in the air and emptied the water in the toilet all over the floor. And there's always a little water in the trailer toilet because it seals the tank from leaking into the trailer. The smell of the tank. But eastern and central Nebraska is mostly farmland. Very flat, really long, open roads that are straight. And western, they call them the sand plains or the sand hills, and they're these beautiful green rolling hills. And western Nebraska is very pretty, although when we were there it was very cold. Well, we're going up to the 8th floor. It has to beep. Top of the tower, the open air observation deck. Ooh.
The plight of these impoverished children became the obsession of a young minister, Charles Morgan Brett. A member of a prominent Connecticut family, raised and moved to New York City to live with son.
Wow. Here's our car way down there. It's going to focus on the window. Oh, there's the timeline of the Union Pacific. We're on the 7th floor of the tower. I don't think I'm going to jump today. But there must be 1,000 locomotives out here. Let me zoom in a little bit. These yellow things are all locomotives. And that one over there is pulling a train. Where is it? Way over there. Moving it back and forth. The maintenance building in the roundhouse. I don't know if they roundhouse anymore, but these are all the maintenance tracks. Looks like a nice field to throw a ball in for a minute. Maybe we'll get Keel out. They don't seem to have anything going over the humps.
Where are the humps?
Well, there's one right there. They got the train stopped at the top of the hump.
Oh. The one with the 4 white cars?
I guess they got enough in that one. They're taking it out. That right there is a hump. They'll set the cars up over this little mound on the tracks and then let them go, and they'll just slide on down the tracks until they meet with the train they're going to be going to. No control until they hit the next product train. There's a lot of activity going on here.
I'm usually off there too. I have doctors.
Evil.
Miles east of North Platte is Brady, where we have a good